So Illinois is in a competitive situation. And you can just look at Indiana. I mean, they're eating your lunch, and you ought to think about why that's happening. In terms of solutions, I think one of the big things is we've got to fill that middle rank of jobs, that the good blue collar jobs, the good white collar middle management jobs, and that's where the lack of a competitive policy here in Illinois is going to kill you. I write about cities all over the world, and then I try to compare them and try to see what works and what doesn't work. The important thing is to look at the feet. Where are people going? Are they coming to your city? Are they leaving your city? And then who is coming and who is leaving? Right now, Illinois ranks near the bottom, 49th out of 50 in terms of out-migration. The job growth has been not particularly good, and hasn't been good for a long time. Well, they're leaving. Schools is a big part of it. The job base is increasingly, again, very bifurcated, low-end service, high-end being sort of the very elite professions. And so there really aren't jobs for the middle level except in the public sector. And you really have to be looking at how you can increase entrepreneurship. I mean, when you try to keep big companies here by giving them tax subsidies, think about the fact that you're really taking money away from all your homegrown entrepreneurs who now have to make up for that. This is going to be very important in the next few years. You have many states now that are pro-business governments, in Michigan, in Wisconsin, in Iowa, and those states are going to be very, very fierce competitors over the coming years because they are keeping their taxes low and reducing regulatory burdens. If Illinois doesn't do it, it's going to be in a very, very tough situation. One, try to keep taxes low, take care of the regulatory burdens, and try to make government more efficient and concentrate on the things that government does best. Public safety, fire, police, and the schools. If the schools don't work, you're in big trouble. Like I'm working in New Orleans now where they've gone to completely charter. And they're getting some of their middle class back, and people I know in New Orleans who would normally be sending their kids to private schools are now sending them to charters. Something very radical has to happen. And one last thing, and particularly for Chicago and other big cities, work on your middle class and working class neighborhoods. So much money gets funneled towards the elite regions and to the high-end condos, and basically a lot of that population is childless, a lot of that population is transient. They're here for a few years, or they may have multiple residences. The key thing is keeping your middle class families here and your working class families here. You get rid of that, and the soul of the city dies.